Hi, and welcome to this course on WordPress plugin development using Boilerplate. My name is Rao Abid Ali and I am going to be your instructor for this course. I have been developing WordPress websites for nearly a decade and also developing WordPress plugins for my clients for their specific needs. In this course, I want to share my experience of plugin development with you so that you can develop professional plugins easier and faster. We shall start by setting up a local WordPress plugin development environment so that we can experiment locally. After that, we shall see what are the best practices and WordPress coding standards and how we can install these WordPress coding standards using the PHP code sniffers into our machine and then configure our IDEs accordingly. We shall see how we can use online plugin boilerplate generator to generate our plugin, and then we shall also see and understand what are the implications of generator form fields with regard to WordPress.org repo. Then we shall start diving into the code by first registering our custom post type. We shall examine different errors we encounter along the way and how to resolve and prevent these errors from happening. We shall also examine WordPress template hierarchy and how it works with special regard to plugins. Next, we shall see how we can register meta boxes and also explore some of the options during the registration of a meta box, and also understand the process of saving these custom fields using the meta boxes for our custom post types. We shall also see how we can display our custom fields on the front end that we have registered using meta boxes. Then we shall turn our attention to Settings API. We shall see how we can add different sections and fields to WordPress settings page. We shall be using Settings API for this purpose. Finally, we shall add more field types to our settings page, ranging from color fields, input fields for text area, checkboxes, multi-select options, radio buttons, drop-downs, and a lot of other fields. After discussing Settings API, we shall move to the next major component of WordPress plugin development, that is shortcodes. We shall see how we can register shortcodes and what are the implications of arguments in the shortcode. We shall also look at some of the variations of shortcodes, and finally we shall see how we can display shortcodes on the front end. During the process, we shall also look at WP query function for creating custom loops for our custom post types. After shortcodes, we shall register some widgets for our plugin. We shall be using Widgets API offered by WordPress for this purpose. We shall also see how widget instances are saved in the database. And finally, we shall add many more type of fields for our widget, ranging from color, select input fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, and a lot of other field type as well. We shall also look at some of the finalization steps before the launch of the plugin. This includes avoiding the naming collisions, using different methods and functions offered by WordPress and PHP to avoid any naming collisions we can have for functions or classes. We shall also look at some of the methods to make our plugin translation ready. We shall look at some of the softwares and plugins that can help us during the process of making our plugin translation ready. We shall test the translation by changing the site language. And finally, we shall see what is the cleanup process when a plugin is uninstalled. We have got a lot of ground to cover. The only advice that I can give you at the moment is that you need to practice. Whatever functions, techniques, or skills that you learn in these lectures, you need to practice these skills along the way. Don't wait till the end of this course to start practicing. You need to practice along the way. So, are you ready? Let's get started.